Hello, listeners. Welcome to All Ears, the podcast that is all ears for the newest and most relevant issues faced by society today. My name is Faith Caubang, and I'll be your host today. In this episode, we tackle two very interesting topics: the proliferation of fake news and the phenomenon of incomplete history. In discussing the popularity of fake news in our current information age, here's a statistic to start us off. According to an article by Dr. Esteban Ortiz Ospina from the scientific online publication Our World in Data, in 2019, out of the 7.7 billion world population, at least 3.5 billion were online, and 1 in 3 people used a social media platform. So, how did the current information age aid in the proliferation of fake news? The digital age has highlighted social media's powerful features. It is attention grabbing, popular, and enables connection. However, it also allowed anyone to create their own content. Anyone could post anything. No one had to prove that what they were saying was true in order to post it. As such, fake news became more popular, especially on established social media platforms. This problem was exacerbated by the lack of proper regulation. These social media giants, which are owned by private companies, do their best to avoid accountability. Way back in 2019, The Sun reported that government officials from the UK found Facebook a failure in regulating fake news and protecting data privacy. So, how did the pandemic make fake news an even bigger issue? The pandemic especially worsened the fake news situation, as everybody was noticeably afraid of the deadly and recently discovered coronavirus. Many were trying to find out as much as they could about COVID-19. In a state of panic, many users started to believe the first thing they read, especially when they already agreed with the content of the fake news. In 2020, researcher Tom Buchanan found that people were most likely to share this information that they believed to be true, or when they thought themselves as already familiar with the topic. Despite these large hurdles, there are many things you can do to fight fake news. Public officials can follow in the footsteps of the UK government and hold large social media companies accountable for their actions. Historians can use their expertise to produce digital content that counters fake claims. Journalists can fact check and clarify mistakes that have been made in published reports, while educators can introduce their students to critical digital literacy. Briefly, as iterated by Hinrichsen and Coombs in 2013, critical digital literacy involves the ability to critically analyze, evaluate, and decipher digital information, technologies, and media. It empowers users to explore the virtual world with a critical eye and a thorough analysis. So, how come our history is incomplete? Our history is incomplete for several reasons. Mainly, history is updated as new discoveries and perspectives emerge. Since no one alive today was there to accurately tell the stories of ancient times, historians base their reports on previous accounts. As such, we must remember that perspectives on history change as the contexts in which we live in do. In 2020, Thaddeus Krupo from the New York Public Library asserted that humanity's interpretation of events is ever changing. The change may happen gradually or occur suddenly when new evidence shakes society. Generational, political, national, and social opinions add bias and influence to how we look at ourselves in the present and in the future. Views that were seen as the norm in the past can be realized today as problematic. Moreover, Only a limited part of the population were given a voice. Some accounts of history need to be reviewed as they may contain an inherent bias or inaccuracies. One instance of this is how, in a documentary by J. Taruk, it was highlighted how historians debate Pigafetta's account of the Battle of Mactan. With only one source to base the battle on, it is difficult to verify every word to be true. All in all, I leave you with two very encompassing tips related to our discussions. Think before you click and contextualize what you read. That was all. Thanks for tuning in to All Ears. We hope that you'll be all ears for our next episode.